Well, we're back again on the Listen to Low show, and you are listening to Low. Remember what I said, once again, 2 ears, 1 mouth, because you never know what you might miss when you're listening to Low. Motivation quote of the day, be yourself because everyone is taken. Why try to be like everyone else? They already got their own mindset, their own personality. Be yourself. It's all about you when all said and done. Because we already know there's only one person on this earth that is definitely perfect. One person is perfect on this earth. So with that being said, why try to be like someone else because you think they're perfect, or they think they're perfect, right? It's all about you when all said and done. You're the one that's in control of your own destiny. You're the one that's going to make this right decision or the wrong decision. You're the one that's going to be held accountable. Whether it's just in life or whether it's in sports or whether in a relationship or what the case might be. When you make that choice, you make that decision, you got to be one to deal with it. You can't go and say, I did it because he did. I did it because that person did it. A lot of people try to motivate you. A lot of people try to tell you what you should do and what you should not do. A lot of people got all the motivational quotes. They got all different books you can read, all different shows, all different platforms. I have platforms too. But at the same time, I'm just giving out advice from my experience. I'm just saying things that's on my heart. I'm just saying it because I have the passion for it and want to help people. They say God said he ministered through you in all different ways. I mean, there are pastors, there are preachers, there are teachers, there are principals, there are presidents, there are leaders, there are CEOs, there are coaches. All of them are actually doing God's work if they're doing it right. If they're doing it right. And me being a coach, a mentor, and a trainer, my focus is definitely making sure the youth kids and the kids around the world are doing things right. And I'm impacting them with the purpose and that God has gave me, with the destination that I want to reach is to make sure the destination to help kids get to where they want to go, to make their journey come true, whether it's through sports or whether through life or whatever the case it might be. But listen, we got to have role models. That's what it is. We got to have role models. Who is your role model? Who are you following? Who are impacting you? Who are setting the stage for you? Who are putting a great example for you? Who are you? Someone you say, I'm going to look up to that person, right? But at the same time, remember, the best role model who ever lived is who? So a lot of people look at role model as someone that, sing very great because you're a singer, or play football because you play football, or play volleyball because you play volleyball, or all sports, or whatever the case might be, or a person that make all this money, a rapper, a dancer. They might be someone you like and look like, hey, I like to do things they're doing, but role model itself, there's only one role model. The best one of all, the one we all should be modeling. I remember one day someone asked my son, say, hey, who is your role model? And it was on the application when you were to go to college. And me, myself, I always pretty much sit down with them and do the application. Or sometimes I do it myself and make sure it's done correctly. And they said, who is your role model? And they had the nerve to say, give different names of different people. And I put mom and dad. I said another application said, who is your role model? Mom and dad. Who is your role model? See, what people fail to realize is the one that raised you, the one that brought you up, that's the one we should be looking up to. But the best one we already know who has strived, who is perfection, is God. But at the same time, why are we putting an example of other humans to be our role model, outside the one that raised us? If your grandmother raised you, that's your role model. If your father's raised you by himself, that's your role model. Not no teachers and everyone else. I want to be just like you when I grow up. Who? Who you want to be just like when you grow up? Tell me that. We have to stop thinking that human is better, outside of the human that actually raised us. I remember back in the days, every morning we got up, we had to pray. Every morning back in the day. Boy, in the 1970s and 80s, that's what it's all about. They believe in the prayer and reading the Lord's word, if and buts about it. Every morning we had to pray. Every single morning. Every Sunday you go to church. It wasn't an option. It wasn't even like, I don't want to go. Anyone that didn't want to go, they just bad, out of control, and they feel like the devil in you. So they had to go pray it out you. And we didn't probably understand it at that time, but going so much of repetition, church, eventually you start seeing it in a different angle, a different light. Now, do some people take longer time than others? Of course they do. But just how important, how impact it was to go to church. Just how important it was. I remember I came home from working. We went to school through the week. On the weekend, we went to the orange grove and we worked with our mom, and we used to pick the oranges. And while she was shaking a tree, we all had to pay to earn to put in the bucket. You get $1 for the bucket, $10 for the big bucket, right? And we got done. We had a good day. We came home. When I get home, while all the other kids in the back of the project in the sand playing football, having a great time. And we just came home from working. So now we get home, we had to clean. We had to clean the house now, right? Take a bath, clean the house, take care of things at home. That's what we had to do. It just was part of the process, right? So then I got on the back, I was sweeping the back porch, trying to be slick. I'm trying to find my way in the back and try to play some little football, trying to be slick. So I get back there, I'm sweeping, not paying attention. Back then, we had an old fire extinguisher, probably about 50 pounds silver, about this big, and I bumped the fire extinguisher. I had no shoes on. The fire extinguisher fall off, slam into my right foot, snapped my foot in half. And the only thing holding on was the skin, the meat of my feet. So it's flapping, I'm running there, I'm bleeding, I'm crying. My mama ran up, what's going on? I said, the fire extinguisher fell on my feet. I'm crying. And called 911. And here's what all I kept saying the whole entire time. Here's what I said. Oh my gosh, I can't go to church tomorrow. Over and over, that's all I'm saying, that I can't go to church. I barely get kids to go to church nowadays. Everybody want to go to practice Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We leave Wednesday open, go to Bible study, they don't go. Bible study, they don't go. Sunday now, they make everybody have football games on Sundays. Don't go to church. Saturday, got a game on Saturday. Don't go to church. Older brother got a game on Friday. Don't go to church. Over watching on TV and do what? Watch that on TV and then be on your phone, Instagram, social media, all that at the same time. That's not focus. That's not focus right there. You already know how it works. Other people can sit there and watch church on TV and get the word in because they're so old or they can't get there. But if you're able to breathe and walk and get up and go, why not go in God's house at least one time? You can't be afraid. Let's not be afraid. That's your best role model. He's right there. I know he ain't present everywhere, but he's right there. Now you got the preacher there, another person that's God is leading through him to you. We have to get our youth back into it. We have to set time for them. The programs that set time for it, that make sure that their program understand that none of this is popped out of him. It's the one that be more successful. You say do what you want to say, and people are not going to be satisfied every program, but there's multiple type of program, and the program that you see that doing everything opposite of the way it should be, them the ones that do not care about doing things through God's ways. But the ones that still have values, that still have morals, still have a system, still have an organization, and put the kids before the parents, they're the one that continue to go. You're not going to destroy them. Eventually, all roads lead back to a certain organization. The organization that's built on solid foundation. Do they have to change a little bit? Yes, they do. But as long as that organization continue doing things on integrity and doing things right and put the kids first, they're always going to be around. They're always going to be around somewhere or another. Because you have to remember, whether you go win a national championship in a Pop Warner organization or a national championship in an AYF organization or YFF or NYC or FFD or Florida League or whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A state championship or a national championship is a national championship. When Alabama win the national championship, and then North Dakota State win a national championship, and then Ferris State win a national championship, then Kaiser played against St. Thomas today, and one of them probably going to win the national championship. Let's go St. Thomas Bobcats, right? Representing my son's shirt today. Good luck today against Kaiser. When they go play, and them guys win a national championship, no one said, oh, you just won a little small one. When Coffeyville, Kansas, Northeastern Oklahoma, A&M, junior college win a championship. They don't just say, oh, you won that championship. That player get to brag about being a national champion, no matter what level. And no one's going to say, oh, that was just on a small level. No one says that. A national champion is a national champion. So realistically, does it really truly matter where we go? I want to go where there's a great role model, and there still can be a national champion. I'd rather have a good coach, or my son, me, myself, but my son, let me go where I have a good coach, a good practice, develop, team unity, team bonding, Christ included, right? And win that championship, and play against teams that are not that great. Versus go over here and don't have no good coach, no leadership, no role model, no mentor, terrible practices, profanity, cursing, this, that, all the worst thing ever, and picking the best talent. That's where it's supposed to go. Well, look what's going on now out there. Look what's going on. Kids are now going and putting themselves as a red shirt. I'm a red shirt. Kids, they're doing it. Why? Because these guys came from areas where not the best role models. From guys that didn't help and develop them and get them better. Now they're giving up too easy. They're quitting, no support. Instead of leaning on the ones that got their back and support. I guarantee you they're making decisions out there. They're making decisions based on what? Are their friends doing? The other board players doing? They're not calling mom and dad. What's your thoughts? What should I do? You'll be surprised. Or they're not sitting there and leaning on the best role model of all and praying. I'm going to read y'all something. It said, I don't mean to say that I have already achieved these things or that I have already reached perfection, but I press on to possesses that perfection for which Christ Jesus first possessed me. Philippians 3:12. So I'm not saying I already achieved these things, me myself, right? But we know who have. We know who have. We know who the best role model ever lived. Listen, guys, we have a perfect role model. We need someone to help us understand that. Coaches, trainers, mentors, we the ones going to help the young kid understand that. I want when a kid leave the house, if that's what their parent is preaching, we got to do the same thing and understand who is who and what is what. We got to stop going away from it. We're taking away too much. Put too much faith in the wrong people and the wrong things. We got to put the faith in the one that's perfect, the best role model of all. Christ is an example of how we should treat other people too. People watching. Like I say, you never know who's watching you. You never know. You'll be surprised who's watching. I got a friend of mine right now, right? Every time he went to work, he always speak to everyone. First one there, last one leave. On time, he ready to go. I helped him to get that opportunity. He made sure I'm not going to let you down, Lo. I'm not going to let you down. He went to a Christian-based school, coaching, doing great, life is prospering, doing well. The kids love him. The parents love him. And sometimes parents ain't question some things, but it's how it goes. A year later, they walk up to you and say, I want you to represent our school in Dallas, Texas. Don't you represent our school. Now here it is now. I have someone who was doing a whole different field that's now working in one of the most prestigious schools around, doing great things, impacting others. And he understands who his role model is. He understands. He listens to a lot of great motivation quote. He listens to a lot of great leaders. But he still know who the role model is, the number one. And now he's doing some great things. Why? Because how he treat others, someone recognized it and gave him an opportunity to represent one of the biggest programs in Central Florida. Shout out my boy Chaz Williams. Christ is an example of the influence we can and we should have on others around us. Every time someone see one of my videos, they say, man, Lo, I want to be just like you. I say, ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, be yourself because everyone else is taken. Take some of my things I'm doing if I'm doing things that are impacting you. I mean, I can be the one that's that mentor word came in. But at the same time, I'm not perfect. So you're looking for perfection. I'm not the guy. So make sure you follow the person that you know that's perfect, but at the same time, let me help you and let me guide you. We're guiders. We're coaches. We're trainers. We're mentors. We're not God. Marinate on that there for a moment right there. Impacting others around you. Now here it is. I look at how I train so many kids. I trained probably for me and my partner Aaron over the years. I know we probably hit 5,000. 22 years. I mean, we trained 400 kids in one organization at a time. That's a lot of years, a lot of kids that went through all over football teams, over and over and over. It's so amazing how, when you're doing what you're doing, people see what you're doing, they want to do it. And they want to, step out on faith, right? And because you're doing well, you become an example of the one that influenced them, right? And I remember my guys that I trained go to college, they come back home, and I want to be a trainer. They said, I want to be a trainer. So I said, well, come on. So we bring them in and give all you guys a job, an opportunity to be a trainer. So we train them, we coach them, we mentor them, we lead them, we guide them. Then we let them go out there and do it. And then all said and done, we help them start their own training company. We are influence. I'm influencing all the athletes that we train. We're not just training to go play football or go play the volleyball or track. We also influence them to come back to have an entrepreneur, be their own boss one day, or have their own another different stream of income. I mean, so now here it is. They use their college degree right through the day. Then they got to make another stream of income and impacting others. Impact the youth, giving back at the same time by starting their own training company. Huge. That's huge. So you have to think outside the box. The college degree is one thing, but able to impact others, build influence for others, is another thing. Passion. That passion. When you influence others, keeping it real, it brings money. It's that simple. Christ is the classic, an external example of a role model we are called to be. We are called to be your role model. I am a role model. I'm Lo Wood, and I'm your role model. I'm Lo Wood, and I'm your coach. I'm Lo Wood, and I'm your mentor. Ask yourself, can you say that? And what is a coach? What is a mentor? What is a trainer? Right? A person that develops, a person that does with passion, a person that sacrifices time from their family to help others, a person that's committed, a person that have a system, a person that have a plan, a game plan, a person that been through things that they can relate to, a person that read and learn even more. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you earn, the more you learn. The more I read a book, and I read that Tony Dungy book, Uncommon Life, Daily Challenges, I learn more every day. I'm learning so much I can take that information and impact it and impact others with what I have learned, what I have read. But I don't just read it, I also go apply it. So once I read it, let me go apply what am I reading so it can impact others around. We have to think of that too. No other role model even comes close to him. Not to me, to God. There's no other role model come even close. Sometimes, who's your role model? God. Not Lo. Not said and done. But now, you can say who you look up to if you want to. And I go back to mom and dad. Like I said, for me, that question never be in there. People are afraid to say God, everything, but if you say your role model is your mom and dad because they did everything and God went through them to you, I like that scenario too. But we have to be smart about it. Here it said, a tour through scripture reveals a Christ who has always finding people where they were and taking them where they needed to be. People, if you go back to it, people from blind and can't walk, nothing. God made it happen. People down deep in troubles, he made it happen. You might not see him physically, but at the same time, it's through us. So many people have come and say, can you talk to my kid because they're going through tough time in college? Mental is huge, especially when the kids were playing and not playing. They struggling, right? And then they used to do well. They was elite. They not doing elite. They so much. They changing. They got challenges. Coaches changes. Get a different roommate. They get hurt. They get injured. We have to know how to take that kid from being down and bring them back up. We have to take that kid from where they don't supposed to be and put them where they need to be. They need to be. I remember I had 5 linebackers. 5 linebackers playing in college at one time. My boy Tyrell Lewis played for Georgia Tech, linebacker. Ryder Nicholson played for North Carolina State, linebacker. We had Keenan Jones, who was playing at John C. Smith, linebacker. Had Darryl Monroe, Washington State, linebacker. Chris Dolorosa was playing at Georgia Southern, linebacker. All 5 of these guys were playing, doing well. And something must have been in the air. Something must have been in the air, because these guys here was not playing out of somewhere for some reason. So I go to the Georgia Southern Georgia Tech game and watch them like, why is these guys not playing? Why is Chris not on the field? Why is Terrell not on the field? I'm not understanding. I'm watching the linebacker who they have in front of them. It was all right, but these guys was doing great. Now they're not playing. Now they're down in the dumps. Now they want to. They're not happy. They're upset. Maybe they want to quit. I don't know their mindset. The mental state stepped in. You know what I did to them? I said, y'all ain't where you want to be at. Let me see what we need to do to get you where you want to be at. Motivate them, push them, and I give them one tip. I say, when you get back, you go in that film room and you watch film the whole entire time. And while you're in the film room, video yourself, take a picture, send it to the coach, and ask the coach, can he come join you? Do that every day, and you'll see a difference. Why did I tell them to do that? Because they're in a place they need to be. They need something to help them get where they need to be at. And that place where they need to be at was on that field starting as a linebacker where they belong. And sure enough, 4 out of 5 did prevail and got back where they needed to be. Because they knew better with the film, they watched more film, they recognized what's going on. Now when they go to practice, they're in the right place at the right time, outdoing the person that's not in the film room. The person that's sleeping while they're eating. The person that, that's not doing anything, the one that wasn't going to win anyway. They might be bigger, stronger, and faster, but if you ain't smart, it don't matter. You got another team defense, got another team offense, anything but about it. That's called film room. Are you sleeping or are you eating? Answers that question right there. The person that did not prevail, he ended up getting a concussion multiple times and couldn't play. Other than that they went from a place they was to a place they need to be. Kind of support that we had. Interesting, boy. Interesting. Tell that. God, he always seeking people who thought they were nobody and making them into somebodies. People sometimes get down on themselves so much after all the hard work and they don't get rewarded. Remember, guys, there's no rewards on the bench. So if you're on that bench, you are not getting rewarded. Why are you on the bench? Did you do everything you're supposed to do not to be on that bench? Did you bust your butt? Did you work hard? Your first one there, last one leave. These things is not going to change in the world of sports. They're not going to change. It is not. It's even the workforce. If you're not the first one there, last one leave, doing the extra, take initiative, you're not going to get that promotion. So the same thing goes when a kid out there want to get in the game, I want to get in the game, but are you doing everything you're supposed to? I said, well, it's politics going on, coach. And, they brought this guy in. And they trying to play over me. And he made me all these promises. And they brought a transfer there and promised him too. Yeah. What you going to do? What you going to do? Be a nobody or be a somebody? Huh? You going to surround yourself around the right people to help you be somebody? Did you make that phone call? You call me and get some encouragement words? Some did, some didn't. Don't call me after the fact, call me before the fact. Just simple. Here's what I tell my kids. Say, look, do something that make the coach have to play you. Do something that make the coach have to reward you. Make it hard on the coach every day. In the film room, leadership, First one in, winning the drills, winning the workout, first one in line, first one come out the gym. Be that person. First one come out on the lineup. First one dress. Last one to leave, clean up. Do something to make them not dominate it. And when you do get an opportunity, whether it's one play or no plays, you get that one time, make sure you get that ball up right. Make sure you hit the ball. Make sure you pass the ball. Make sure you catch the ball. That one opportunity. If it's special team, get down there on the field. Make that tackle. Force the coach to reward you, because no rewards on the bench. Now you just became somebody and not nobody. A lot to think about. A lot to think about. We have to understand who's in front of, who's there for us, and who's the best role model for us, and who we reach out to help us, because it all goes through him. No ifs and buts about it. Hear what it say. One of the verses, right, it said, Paul makes it clear that the goal we pursue here on earth and thereafter in Jesus himself. He is the example we are to follow, the person we were meant to be like. We won't reach perfection until we see him face to face, but we are called always to be moving in that direction. In his strength, we press on toward that goal one day at a time. He can make us who we need to be if we focus on him and allow him to work through us. The same Christ who were around making somebody out of nobody is still at work in our lives. God Almighty. You gotta keep striving. We gotta keep pushing. Can't give up. Don't let her beat us down. Don't let her turn us down. Don't let us keep us nobodies. Because we put our eye on the prize, we set goals and put goals out there to be the best. Follow everything through him. Follow everything through the right path. You will be rewarded. You will be the one that prevails to be somebody and not nobody. Don't let no one ever tell you that. And we have to make sure we're talking to our kids every week. Be behind them, support them. The mental is huge, because when a person is frustrated, they bring tension. Tension brings stress. Stress brings bad performance. Bad performance get rid of you, and you're out of that school and don't have a scholarship. Let me repeat that one more time. Step one, frustration. Frustration comes when you don't have the best role model leading you. You do everything through God's eyes and the right way and working hard so you can be rewarded. So if you're frustrated, that's the reason why. You allow them to overpower the God ways for you. You allow them to be the role model instead of him being a role model. You let them dictate who you are, make you a nobody. So stop being frustrated. You had a bad play, make it up and get another play. Next. Don't let it keep you down and break you down. Don't let it hold you down. If you're on your back, you can look up. You can look up, you can get up. Think about that then. Because if you don't, that frustration becomes tension. Now you're tensed up. We don't want to be tensed up. We want to look up and get up. Every time you tense, your body don't function right. Your body's not loose. It ain't loose as a goose. It's too tight, it's too tense. You can't move like you want to. And all of a sudden, the stress come in. And the number one cause of failure is stress. Number one cause of death, stress. And that's all that makes you want to eat more and not eat more. Frustration, talking bad, negative energy. Negative energy brings negative outcome. And misery loves company. So now that's stressing even more. Now you're stressed. Now you got a chance to get the game ready to play. They give you an opportunity. 1 play, 2 play, 3 play. Bad performance kicks in. Because you're nervous they're not going to play you. You're not prepared. You're not mentally there. And that's how they pull your scholarships. That's how they put you off the team. That's how they put you in the portal. And then your mindset is, let me get them before they get me. I'm going to go redshirt myself. I'm going to go get a portal before they put me in the portal. But they're the ones that the coach got to talk to when time for you to go. So if you're going in the portal because you want to make more money, you just that guy, that's one thing. If you go in the portal because you want a bigger, better opportunity, because you had a great year, you want to leave a small school to a big school, that's another thing. If you go in the portal because, you just a dominant force and you see a big opportunity or you rotating a little too much, okay, I see it. But you go in that portal by choice because of bigger and better opportunity, not because you're stressed, frustration, tension, all that. Gotta be smart. We gotta be careful. Well, I know there's other ways to go, But be careful you don't go for the wrong reason. Here's why. Here's what it said. God has a promise in shaping us to be like Jesus. We become his influence, his hands and his heart for everyone around us. Whenever you find ourselves, we can influence people for his glory. That begins at home in our families. We just talked about that. It begins at homes in our family. That's why I said when I was little, I got hurt, broke my leg was cut open. I'm crying because I can't go to church. Not because I can't go play. Not because I can't go back to play football with the boys. Because I can't go to church. Who cries like that? Who does that? Wow. Wow. I'm just saying wow again. But it extends to every other area. Think about this here. That begins at home in our family, but it extends to every other area. That extends to our friends, co-workers, neighbors, fellow church members, fellow students, teammates. Everyone we come in contact with, God doesn't just glorify himself by sending Jesus into this world. If we will let him, he glorifies himself by sending Jesus into his world through us. Got an uncommon key. I'm going to close down this right here. Today and every day, remember that you are a personal representative of Jesus Christ. Always strive for the perfection of Christ for yourself and for those around you. You do that, you'll be rewarded because there's no rewards on the bench. So get out there, get rewarded. Parents, you out here, you listen to Low on the Listen to Low show. Make sure you understand this right here. Mental struggle is huge nowadays. Support them mentally. Get behind them mentally. Make sure that they are strong here, and here. And also, every morning, send them a quote from Christ himself. I do it all the time. You want to get a quote, go to my page. I'm always dropping quotes. These kids have to understand it, read it, listen to it, apply it, and allow it to work for them. And they will have a better career as they go through this journey of life. I'm your boy, Coach Low. You're listening to Low on the Listen to Low show, brought to you by Sweet Fire Production. Make sure you go to follow us on YouTube. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Camp King 12, Camp with a K. And we'll see you next week.